to give his message to the graduating class. Let us all welcome Mr. John Ross San Jose Lapitan with highest honors, the senior high school class of 2022 Valedictorian.
To our Chancellor, Dr. Jose Camacho Jr., to the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Maribel Junicio Sese, to our Principal, Dr. Gregorio Ardales Jr., our guest speaker, Mr. Bobby Castillo, Silver and Golden Jubilarians, UPRHS faculty and staff, officers of our PTA, parents, and my batchmates in the graduating class of 2022. Isang mapagpalayang araw sa inyong lahat. It is with great pleasure and pressure that I stand here in front of you today to speak about my experiences as a ruralite. But I guess the best way I can summarize the past 6 years is with the following lines. Two roads diverged in a wood. I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. I still remember the very moment we discussed Robert Frost's poem in our Literature 9 class inside the mahogany classroom. I never knew that a few words from a poet I was hearing about for the first time would be the first thing to enter my mind once I tried to look back on how my high school life transpired. But yes, for me, and I think for many of us, life entails constantly having to choose between two roads, or maybe even more. We are constantly asked to make choices that could probably create 1,000 different versions of ourselves in the multiverse. Now, being the serial overthinker I am, making decisions is never easy for me. In fact, even choosing what songs I should play while taking a shower is a hard enough task. However, these choices, no matter how small or insignificant we perceive them to be, led us to be where we are today. We are now present in this gymnasium as graduates of Mutyang Rural, and I hope that we are all proud of ourselves. In my case, choosing to attend UPRHS is definitely one of those moments where I had to choose a road less traveled. For those who don't know, I came from a small public elementary school in our town, Victoria, and was actually unaware of rural's existence until a few months before the entrance exam. When the results were released, I found my name on the wait list with the number 138 beside it. Once I was officially offered admission, I knew that it would be foolish of me to waste the opportunity to study in a good school with free tuition. So, despite the initial insecurity of not being part of the top 125, I worked extra hard to see how far I could come without really expecting anything. Promise, I didn't expect anything. But at the end of each quarter, a list of honor students would be posted on the bulletin boards in the lower lobby. And as countless times of checking lists went by, I saw the number beside my name change from 138 to 4 to 2 to 3 to 2 again, and finally to 1. Choosing the road less traveled did pay off. However, I can say that I learned lessons and found fulfillment in things more than a mere number beside my name could ever signify. The phrase, "Pandayan ng diwa," perfectly encompasses what rural has been like to me and everyone here throughout our stay. Indeed, UPRHS continues to serve as a forging ground for creative, critical, and independent thought. It has prompted me to constantly evaluate and deconstruct existing beliefs in order to establish ones that abide by the mantras honor and excellence and para sa bayan. The things I did in search of academic validation, from watching the sun set at school as I led the practices for our section speech choirs, to witnessing the sun rise again as I took one last look at my reflection papers, actually led to the greater fulfillment of getting to know myself and the person I want to be in the future. Rural played a huge part in imparting that grades, ranks, or any number attached to our names hold little to no meaning if we do not live up to our responsibilities as citizens of this nation and mga scholar ng bayan para sa bayan. During the last 2 years, where we found ourselves as witnesses of one historic event after another, with only a small portion of which being positive, I was inspired by how our members of our community did not choose to close their eyes and were willing to provide help and fight for their beliefs in any way they can. At this point, I would like to thank the people who continue to motivate and guide me to stand up during trying times. First are the UP Rural High School faculty and staff who taught us that we can learn so much more from what is within the four corners of the classroom and the topics listed in our curriculum. You continue to show us what service filled with passion and heart looks like, while also being our mentors, friends, critics, and whatever we need you to be. Maraming salamat sa pagmulat ng aming mga mata at pagpapakita sa amin kung paano tumindig. Next, I would like to thank my batchmates, especially those who became my classmates, whether in Dao, Dungon, Mahogany, or Giho. Each one of you made cramming for quizzes, rehearsing for creative reports in the most random of places, and even losing some intramurals matches a lot more bearable. A special shout-out also goes to my classmates in Agoho and Dapitong, who were also not afraid to choose a road less traveled in following our dreams as students of humanities and social sciences and accountancy and business management, fields that to this day do not get the regard they deserve. Even though not all of us are close, I am truly happy to witness how our batch has grown from shy, awkward freshmen to critical thinkers who are not afraid to use their voice and take a stand for what is right. Salamat sa pagiging karamay at kasama sa pagtindig. You all look so good with the sablito. I would also like to thank some friends who have grown close to me throughout high school. First, to my clubmates in the Speech and Dramatics Club and/or the Filipiniana Dance Troupe, Kim, Kath, and Andrew, thank you for spending those 4 to 6 p.m. periods with me throughout junior high. To my absolute bestest of friends during the last 2 years, Janelle and Rian, thank you for always being willing listeners to the most light-hearted cuentos and even the heaviest rants whenever I encountered hardships. Despite the long periods of isolation, you guys never made me feel alone. Sa lahat ng mga naging kaibigan, salamat sa pagiging hingahan tuwing nahihirapang tumindig. Lastly, I want to express my gratitude to the people who make me brave and confident. The people who I know would rally behind me no matter what road I choose. My dearest family. To my extended family who is watching via live stream, Kuya Potpot, Kuya Jom, and Ate Bianca, thank you for listening to my high school problems despite having your own adult lives. You have been such a solid support system during this pandemic. To my Ate Eliza, I know that it isn't easy for you to be constantly away from us, but I am extremely thankful that I can still run to you for brutally honest opinions and practical advice. You truly inspire me to achieve greater things in life. To my Ate Glyda, I don't even know where to begin in thanking you. Whether for driving me to school every day before 7 a.m., even if your schedule is supposed to start way later, or for buying me practically everything I want, thank you so much. To my Papa Pogi, I just want to say that I do appreciate your cooking and see your efforts to connect with and support our family. Even though I sometimes joke about it, I would never have any other man as my father. Finally, to my Mama Zor, thank you so much for trying your best to provide motherly care even when you are tired from working all day. I have never seen a woman as strong, as passionate, or as loving as you are. Sa aking pamilya, salamat sa pagsalo tuwing natutumba at pagbibigay lakas upang muling makatindig. My fellow graduates, our parents and teachers, I am sure that this day is truly a touching moment for all of us. However, I do not want my speech to end as a mere quote-unquote success story. Yes, we stand here as 118 successful graduates, with most being honor students, but I believe it would be unfair to not shed a light on the difficulties we encountered. The pandemic and our government's incompetence robbed us of the supposed senior high experience. Instead of the UPLB campus, classes were held through our gadgets in the corners of our own rooms. Over the last 2 years, we have seen how this setup has taken a toll on the mental and emotional health of both our classmates and teachers. And despite the adjustments and considerations done by our school, only 118 instead of 123 are graduating here today. 5 people may not seem much, but after all, these are batchmates, classmates, friends whom we have shared dear moments with. I believe that this is a testament to how our education continues to be in crisis and why we should advocate for ligtas na balik eskwela so no student gets left behind. I would also like to remind my fellow scholar ng bayan that our duty does not end today. We are still tasked to become bearers and protectors of truth in times wherein the line between facts and lies is being blurred. We must never be silent as oppressors continue their reigns, and we must never forget. No matter what roads we end up following, I hope that our drive to serve the people and help our country continues to be as strong as ever. Malayong lupain, amin mang marating, di rin magbabago ang damdamin. And to finally end my speech, I would like to borrow the words from one of Taylor Swift's songs. Only one thing can save us. Only the young. Once again, congratulations to us and a pleasant afternoon to all of you. Mabuhay ang mga scholar ng bayan.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Mr. Ross San Jose Lapitan, our class valedictorian.